Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Gillies, and this is Setting the Record Straight. So by now, many of you will have noticed that I was in Edmonton and that I was presenting some scientific relevance and factual stats on the issue of conversion therapy and the reality that many homosexual and lesbian men and women make a choice because of their own frustration in the lifestyle. They don't like it anymore. They don't want to be perhaps gay in their thinking. And so they actually leave and shift toward, and often right into, the whole realm of heterosexuality, where they actually even they marry, they have successful, lovely families. Yet we deny this whole segment of society in order to uplift and to actually put the spotlight on a portion of the LGBT who are actively trying to shut down the ability of others within their midst from speaking the truth that's going on in their lives. So that is really, really radical, and we don't hear about that. The other thing that I encountered, and I was in Calgary at this time, was the LGBTQ protest in front of the Billy Graham Rapid Response Vehicle. Now, there are a lot of Calgarians speaking out of this, on this whole issue, which is really interesting because not everyone is so happy as it seems, and there are a lot of people who were really quite disillusioned with the LGBTQ in this incident. And I would say, good for you for speaking out and shouting back, because the Billy Graham Association has been around for decades. They bring hope and healing. They brought that to millions of people across this country and over the world. So what we see here is that this ideology of the LGBTQ wishes to suppress and overcome this other, perhaps I won't say ideology, but a religious adherent, and certainly the religious right, and that they are now no longer allowed to hold their viewpoint because the LGBTQ are pushing for one viewpoint, and that is theirs. Number one, that gay marriage is normal. Their families are equal to other families. And I want to tell you that that is not true. All families are not equal. Heterosexual married couples have families. That's right. Then there's single parent families, either man or women. Those are not equal to heterosexual families. I'm going to tell you that right now. And that doesn't mean that every married family is equally good at parenting their children. That's not what we're discussing here. But we are discussing that all families are not equal. That goes against the whole byline out there that all families are equal. That's bunk. Another thing about the LGBT community, it is that it is rife with abuse, with addiction, and those kind of things are never spoken of in our culture because so much is suppressed by an ideology that has taken over the minds of our people. So here's the other thing that I ran into when I was in Alberta. I thought this was interesting. Someone made a comment to me, and I haven't actually fact checked this, although I trust this person very much. But they simply said that in the universities they're handing out papers of words that you cannot speak for the teachers, that they cannot speak. And one of those words, get this, is common sense. You must not use that word in lectures, in your classroom, and if the pupils use it, then you need to correct them. Okay, did you hear that? So the word common sense and everything it stands for is to be taken out of the language in universities and high schools. Well, I would say that common sense has left us a long time ago, but there are still some people who adhere to the relevancy of common sense. And so here we are, folks. What do you think we should be teaching our children? I think we should be teaching them common sense. And because all common sense in the area of sexuality has been thrown to the wind, and we accept all families as normal, polygamous families, homosexual families, and single parent families. None of that is the best for the child. And that's just a reality, a statistical fact. And the fatherlessness in this nation alone has so contributed to the state we are in right now. Single parenting. There's so many stories of hurt and of pain out there. And that hurt and pain gets pressed down on our own children. That doesn't mean that we reject those people. It means that we try and help those people. And we want to continue that, but we don't help them by telling them that all families are equal, because that's a lie. Well, I think that's probably enough trouble I've gotten myself into today. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful Labor Day wherever you are.